What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Grey Man Operations. Something different on the channel. So this is the Acebeam PT40 multi-purpose pocket work light. That's a bloody mouthful. And I'm doing this review because I've been using this thing so much lately. We've been having load shedding, which is basically when we have no power for a few hours a day. It's actually been happening more often now. We're at what's called stage 6, which means we get electricity for 12 hours of the day, and for 12 hours of the day we're without electricity, but it's like split up like 4 hours on, 4 hours off, some shit like that. It's a long story, I don't want to get into it. If you're in South Africa, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I've been using this light basically primarily. And I think there's value to me doing a review because, you know, we all like this kind of thing, right? We all like the tactical flashlights that are ultra high lumen, ultra high candela, and they all fancy, look good in pics. But I promise you, if you're in South Africa, you're going to need and want and probably use something like this way more often. So let's get into it. So the PT40 only has one mode switch. If you press and hold, you get ultra low, and that's 15 lumens for 80 hours. If you press and hold again, you get low, which is 60 lumens for 17 hours. Pressing and holding one more time takes you to medium 1, which is 220 lumens for 6 hours and 15 minutes. This is the mode I use most during load shedding. Pressing and holding again takes you to medium 2, which is 560 lumens for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Pressing and holding again takes you to 1100 lumens, and that's for 3 hours. And if you double tap from anywhere, you get into 3000 lumens for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now, don't discourage or disregard, the ultra low. Ultra low gets you 80 hours of constant on. And let me tell you, when you're using this as a work light to do little tasks that require good color rendition and require you to work with things close to your face, ultra low is absolutely spectacular. The PT40 has a 110-degree beam angle, which means you get quite a wide flood and you get a lot of soft light. As you can see from this beam shots, I've got a O-lantern thing in the middle, and it's on like its different color settings. And as I cycle through the modes, you can see that you still get really good color rendition, even though I'm bumping up the lumen, which for a work light is very important. If you're using this in your vehicle or wherever, if you're using it in a server room, for example, you need to discern what is the difference between a red and a blue wire. You want something that can give you a nice low mode for a very long time and give you good color rendition. The tail cap is also magnetic. It's got quite a strong magnetic tail cap, and it will stick to most things quite comfortably regardless of the orientation of the light. The flashlight itself has a really aggressive grip texture. It's not going to go rolling around anywhere. The clip is also very firm, so you can mollyweb this onto a backpack or even a plate carrier if you want it to be your forward facing light on your plate carrier. That recessed button means you don't run the risk of negligently discharging the light if you are using it as a forward facing light on your plate carrier. And the nice thing about that is, with that 110-degree beam angle, you're going to get a lot of light directly in front of you. So it's not only going to light up what's slightly above you, it's also going to light up what's slightly below you, and obviously what's right in front of you, especially if you're using it for medical. Having that wide beam angle is really useful. One of the big features for me about this light, guys, is that it doesn't really dim. I basically use it, like I said, in medium 1, which is 220 lumens. And it basically lasts for the full 4 hours of load shedding without any appreciable dimming. Obviously, if you do go higher, you are going to get less runtime and there might be some dimming. But given the 6 LEDs in here and the way it distributes light, that wide beam angle really makes it ideal for situations like load shedding, where you can just put it in the corner of a room and it lights up the entire room. Also, setting it to one of the lower modes gives it that beautiful soft light, as I said, and using it for reading is absolutely outstanding. Yes, I do still read actual books that are made out of paper. I just find it's more enjoyable, and using this light is, in my opinion, way better than using a headlamp, because a headlamp sometimes can cause really harsh reflection, especially if your book has white pages. With this, you can either move the light further away or put it into that super low, ultra low lumen mode, and you've got nice diffused light that spills over a large area. Let's get to what's in the box. In your Acebeam PT40 box, you will get one Acebeam PT40 flashlight, one USB Type-C rechargeable 3100 milliamp hour 18650 battery, a really cool reflective headlamp with silicone grip texture on the inside so it doesn't slip around on your forehead, Type-C charging cable with port that allows you to use the battery as a power bank, Acebeam PT40 manual, and an Acebeam warranty card. Guys, as a multi-purpose work light / camping light / load shedding light / do whatever you want to do with it light, the PT40 is extremely usable. It's kind of one of those things you overlook because it's the non-glamorous item. They go for around $1,500. You can contact Travis from Mavs Gear. This is his number, and he may or may not give you a small discount. Give him a shout and he will sort you out. He has all sorts of Acebeam products available here in South Africa. I want to say a huge thanks to Skulk and Emil from Acebeam for hooking me up with this light. It's something I use so often. I web it onto my backpack, so even when I go places, I always take it with me, because you never know when you're going to be somewhere and the power cuts off, especially in South Africa. Guys, at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving away a spot on the Kinetic Solutions Combat Dynamics course. That is going to be a tremendous course to do. I'm going to be giving it away for free to one of my patrons. Next week, if you are a patron, you are going to get the opportunity to win a full trauma kit, Global Phalanx trauma kit with Urban Warrior EDC Ready Pack. If you want to become a patron, check out the link below. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, it's the first comment. And then in March, I'm giving away a spot on Bravo Tactical Africa's Dynamic Movement course that's happening in Cape Town. I'm also giving away a knife on Patreon. In April, I'm giving away a Holosun Red Dot. In May, I'm giving away a Streamlight weapon light. It's going down on Patreon, and who knows what other giveaways I'm going to do in between those times. Those are just the major giveaways. Guys, if you're looking for something to just stave off the major effects of load shedding and you want something to make your house just a bit brighter, give the Acebeam PT40 a look. It's not that expensive as flashlights go. Like I said, you're looking at 80 hours on the lowest setting, 17 hours on the second lowest, and up to 6 hours on the one I use the most, which is medium 2, and it does distribute light exceptionally. Let's switch the view and do that giveaway, and then we can end off. Okay guys, so let's do that giveaway. So these are the people who commented on Patreon who said that we're able to do it. Like I said, the course is Kinetic Solutions Combat Dynamics at the Guns at Work range in Johannesburg, 11th or 12th of March. Intermediate skill level 300 rounds. Let's take these names and put it into our name randomizer. Okay, and then we can just randomize those names. So those names have now been randomized, and then let's go to these numbers, copy that, put that into our random wheel of names. Just take that one away. So it's 8 entries. Shuffle those. Click. I've got my PC sound off, so sorry for no sound. But the winner is going to be number 2. Looks like. And number 2 is going to be JP. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Bezuidenhout. Probably forgot the Z there somewhere, but JP, either Bezuidenhout or Bezuidenhout, I'll check on Patreon. You are the dude who has won that course. I'll make contact with you, get your number and all those fun things, and hand that over to Adrian, and we'll get you squared away on that course. So well done to the winner of that Combat Dynamics course. I'll get your details on Patreon and hand that over to Adrian. He'll make contact with you, and you can sort out the finer details. That's going to be an amazing course. Adrian is an exceptional instructor. We're talking high level stuff here. We're talking about someone who's been in Ukraine, who's been doing the real deal stuff. So that's going to be a really, really amazing course. Guys, once again, thanks to Skulk and Emil from Acebeam for hooking me up with this. I use it so much. I really, really appreciate it. It makes my life a lot easier. Next week, I think we're going to see each other in the week for a vlog, and then in the weekend for a review where I'm going to be giving away one of these to one of my patrons. That's it, guys. Have a good week. Be safe. Train hard. Cheers. God bless.